Heavenly Father never said that weapons wouldn't form. He said that they wouldn't prosper. So I want to just really directly address the outstanding question as to the suspended status of my North Carolina law license. My status is suspended for one reason. It's a very simple reason. Y'all, I haven't lived or practiced law in the state of North Carolina since 2011. In 2011, I actually left the state of North Carolina and I left my beloved firm, the law offices of James D. Williams. Shout out to the great Butch Williams in Durham. Fantastic mentor to me then and now. And with Butch's blessing, I went to Los Angeles, California, and I spent a few years there doing a little bit of doc review, which required me to keep my North Carolina license active so I could qualify to do some discovery work in the state of California. And then in 2014, I was so blessed, as y'all saw on the first episode of Real Housewives of New York. Remember, I was running from the repo man and all the things because all of that broadcast work that I was doing to develop a reel, right, for CNN and HLN and early hits on Fox News Channel. None of those things paid. NFL Network, those things didn't pay. And so I was doing doc review, which was about $25-30 an hour back then, which is just the most preliminary basic legal work where you're just going through documents for discovery and complicated litigation. That required a license in some state in the nation, and mine was active in North Carolina at the time. So when I decided to move to New York to be full-time in media and broadcast, which is, my life's work, and I'm so blessed to do it full-time and make a wonderful living doing it finally. Yes, I had no desire to reinstate or reactivate my North Carolina bar license because, as any lawyer will tell you, any paralegal will tell you, anybody that's in any kind of space around the law will tell you it's a very expensive license to maintain. You've got fees every year. In addition to the fees for the license itself, you've got continuing legal education classes and fees that are associated with it, all the things. And that's expensive. And also in addition to the expense, it's also the time, right? You're taking time. And also, it really just makes no sense for most attorneys who are not practicing for whatever reason. Maybe they started a family. In my case, they moved out of state, to maintain an active law license in a jurisdiction that you have no intention, desire to maintain a law practice in. Because you also, when you're doing that, have to maintain insurance, malpractice insurance, because that's our ethical obligation. So it's a lot of words just to say this, y'all. I love the law. I love my career as an attorney. I loved practicing law. I no longer practice law. I've not practiced law in a full-time capacity in the state of North Carolina since 2011. And thus, I have chosen voluntarily not to pay those assessments by way of dues, CLEs, continuing legal education, and the whatnot. But I want to acknowledge something. As a person who is very much now in the public eye and doing work that is hostile to many, I should have anticipated that there would be this kind of desperate attempt to discredit me. And by the way, y'all, good luck with that. You're going to have to come harder than an inactive bar license to come for me. Because the reality is I am one of the most credible people in the world. And I say that humbly. So good luck trying to discredit me. And we all know this is the desperate times call for desperate measures. The effort to discredit is based solely on the fact that I am having the audacity to bring to light and center issues that disrupt a status quo that has been the beneficiary of systems for generations that are no longer acceptable, right? That we are a nation that is now primed and ready to be receptive to the full humanity of each of our citizens. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be in the greatest country in the world. And I'm excited about this, y'all. I really am. I will not be deterred. So y'all keep digging, keep looking. Your girl understands. I did something I normally don't do, which is I did not anticipate the full level of the vitriol. And I should have anticipated that there would be a desperation like this that would then look for any and every little thing. So Oh my goodness, a suspended law license, which is really just an inactive law license, which makes sense for someone that no longer practice, becomes fodder for this level of gossip and frenzy. But hate to disappoint you, it's not an issue. Unlike those who are suspended for disciplinary reasons, and that's a very serious issue, like as the case of Rudy Giuliani, or I think also Tom Girardi out in Beverly Hills. So those are some examples of lawyers who have been suspended for disciplinary reasons. Thank God I enjoy an impeccable reputation as an attorney in the state of North Carolina. You can ask around about me, ask those streets, how I was as a counselor, as a litigator, and as a colleague in the law, both on the defense side and amongst my prosecutorial colleagues and judges. Oh yeah, ask the judges about me. Also, I want to tell you, for those that have so much time on their hand, I'm reading a great book right now. It's called Black Fortunes. Please check this out, y'all. This is by Shamari Wills. It's a great book. It's a beautiful story of 6 Black Americans who literally were enslaved, survived slavery, and went on to become millionaires. The American story, the American dream. Check that out, Black Fortunes, since people have time. Listen, since I have you here, I've addressed, and y'all know me, I'm very transparent. That's why I'm doing this live. I was caught slipping by way of the status. I'm owning it. And I'm fixing it, right? This is very simple. So I reached out this morning after I landed in New York, after my red eye, and I reached out to the North Carolina Bar Association to figure out what is it that I need to do to go ahead and rectify the suspended status and get something that's more accurate of reflecting where I really am, which is just an inactive status, right? And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. This is coming straight from the bar. Bar Association tells me I need to reinstate a petition, literally fill it out and sign. 3 letters of recommendations from active lawyers in the state. Got plenty of those. I'm going to pay my 2017 membership dues, $350 payable to North Carolina State Bar. I'm going to fill out 2015 and 2016 CLE annual report saying I took no CLEs, no continual legal education classes, because I'm not active. And then I'm going to pay a CLA assessment fee. I told y'all these fees, $525 payable to the North Carolina Board of CLE. And then again, an inactive petition where I designate I want to be considered inactive, and I, sign. And listen, y'all, this is not about the money, right? Because what did I talk about? That's not even $1,000. It was simply an oversight. I haven't been there in literally 10 years. And again, with the public nature of my profile now and doing the work that I do, and I'm not talking about the work on Real Housewives, God bless Real Housewives, but I'm talking about the work that I do as a writer, as a producer, as a speaker, as a content creator, as a news anchor for Revolt Black News, as a host of Holding Court, my favorite thing I do on iHeartRadio. Y'all check it out every Wednesday. We drop where you get your podcasts. My credibility is everything. And again, I'm blessed and have always been very conscious of the fact that your credibility, which is your legal and professional reputation, is everything. It's impeachable. I wish y'all much luck. If you are in the business of trying to impeach me, cancel me, in some way indicate or inference that I am in any way unfit and lacking of authority to do the work that I do in the space I do it, my luck to you. You will fail. I love y'all, and I'm really actually very pleased at the amount of support that's in my inbox right now, from lawyers, from paralegals, from people that have worked with me or haven't worked for me. And, they know the woman that I am. They know the lawyer that I am. They know the legal mind that I am. And most importantly, they know the person that I am. So listen, I love you. I'm going to take somebody said, so sweet. Thank you. No need to explain yourself. You're beautiful and lovely.